McKillop Family Services is introducing the Viewpoint feedback survey system. There are two purposes for this. First is to give our clients, both young and adult, an opportunity to feedback on the quality of the service that they receive. This will provide us with information about how we can improve our services. But a second and even more important reason is that these feedback surveys can be linked into the planning process to enable us to offer a specifically better service for the individuals concerned. So two key functions, one to provide feedback and second to provide input into the planning process. Hi, I'm Steve Gilbert. I'm going to be introducing you to Viewpoint through some of the slides in this presentation. You'll be able to see my details on the last slide of the series, and hopefully if you need any help when you're introducing Viewpoint, you'll give me a call. Either myself or Joan Brain, who's our other administrative assistant, who will help you as well. Viewpoint, as you can see, is a web-based software program, so any computer which can access the internet can access Viewpoint, and promotes individual and collective participation by our clients. It's an interactive computer-based system. It's basically a self-interviewing tool to be used by our clients, and also is used as a management reporting system. It's being used by 130 local authorities across the United Kingdom and also by the Department of Children's Protection in Western Australia. And we think it may well be adopted by DHS in Victoria. The questionnaires are partly based on Looking After Children framework and have been refined over 10 years. What we've done is develop specific questionnaires for the Family Resource Centre, out-of-home care services, family services, disability, refugee services, heritage and homelessness services. These will be rolled out over 3 years. At the moment, out-of-home care, there are 3 different questionnaires depending upon the age group we're concerned about. Included in all the questionnaires, there are 12 questions which arose from the paper survey that was done in 2012, and you may have been part of that. How does it fit into McKillop's structure? Well, at the central office we have the initial startup place, monitoring of what happens in Viewpoint, and the help desk, which is me and Joan Brain. At your local level, there'll be a local administrator who registers any new clients, as well as provides any local help, and also organises any laptops that need to do that. We'll set up from central all the initial list of clients, but any new clients have to be maintained by the local admin person. And then the managers, the team leaders, case managers, residential care and foster carers can deliver and review the surveys as they are done. So they can be used in case planning, used in supervision, and also used for monitoring concerns and management review. The basic step is for case managers and or for residential staff to invite children and young people and adults to use Viewpoint. You're invited to encourage all young people and children in care aged 5 to 18 years, as well as adults in our services, to use Viewpoint as a step in participating in their care planned process. This is really useful for them because they then have a direct say in things which matter to them and will often reveal things to a computer which they will not reveal to the ordinary staff member. There's documentation to guide how you use the system, in particular procedure, COP50, the Viewpoint procedure, which is the basic outline, and then more directly the one which is the guide for administration, COF51, the one which is a guide for operational staff and how they actually introduce the young people, which is COF52. Then there are 2 handouts, COF53 as well as COF54. The other documentation which is vital to the system is the login system, where clients and staff are given logins so they can access the system, and this is maintained by the local administration. As I said earlier, almost any computer which has access to the internet can be used. Certainly desktop computers can be used, those in the houses or in offices can be used, or if they're in a carer's home or somewhere else they could be used. Laptops can also be used, and in cases where the local network is not very accessible, you can use a dongle to access the internet from that. Tablets can be used, though they have limitations in the sort of graphics they can display. So how do people get onto it? Well, access to the internet through residential houses or care houses elsewhere, and or by the use of the dongle over the telephone network. There are two types of survey that can be accessed through Viewpoint. The first one is an interactive survey, which uses interactive avatars, colourful graphics and speech to guide a child through the questionnaire. The speech system might be useful for young people who struggle to read, and some people will enjoy changing the background or changing the avatar which is presenting the questionnaire. And also there are interactive games which can be accessed as the young person or child does the survey. At this point I'm going to stop showing you slides and actually open up Viewpoint, and you can see what I mean. The way you access the surveys is through the internet. On the MacNet page we already have a button for it, but otherwise you can just type in the address vptol.com.au, and there it pops up. In order to get into it, you have to put in the organisation you're from, which is MACKFS, Mackillop Family Services, and a login and ID and a password. Those will have been given to you or will be given to a worker by the administration assistant or administration support. In this case I'll put in a dummy one, and that's me. They're the same. And you'll see here I've got a whole lot of surveys which I've already started, and some which I've finished, and there's a report available if I wanted to. So what I'll do is I'll resume one of the 10 to 15 care plan ones so you can see what it looks like. And you can see in here that you can do the one with graphics or without graphics. Without graphics is more or less like a straight survey. With graphics means you can play around with the avatars and with the background and so on, as you'll see. So let's do that one. It takes a while to load up all the files in order to do the graphics. That's why the non-graphic version sometimes might be better, and for older young people and for adults the non-graphic version may well be the preferred one. In fact, for adults it would definitely be the preferred one. We're down to the last section of these things. It does take a while, so you might choose to load this up before the young person gets into the room, or you might be able to engage them in conversation while you and they are waiting. You can see that the young fellow on the left there is already impatient. He's tapping his foot. Nearly there. Okie dokie. Now at this point I've already started this one, so we're somewhere into the thing, and these are one of the typical questions which would go, can you keep in touch with friends? Now in an ordinary computer you'll be able to hear this. It'll speak to you and say those words in a rather robotic voice. So the young person would say yes, definitely they can keep in touch with friends. And we've hidden it here, which is a bit of a shame, but then you would say, okay, next question. Now you can change some of the things in here, as it says the assistant or avatar. In this case we've got a dragon, but we can change that and put in young Donna. There she is. And the theme, the background basically, can be changed. We better put her in a skateboard alley. So that's much the same. Okay, and then we can do another question. Can friends visit where you live? Yes, definitely. We hope. And that's all. You can move on to the next question. We won't go any further at this point. We'll get out of here. There's the out button. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes, we are. Are you really sure you want to exit? Yes, we are. And we're out. That's all. So we can log out at this point. And we're out of it. So that's all you have to do. The other format of survey provided by Viewpoint is Survey Lite. Basically, this looks like an ordinary pen and paper survey, but written on the survey on the screen. This enables people to use multiple choice using radio buttons, but you'll also note that on the slide there are small speakers, so that if you click on those, the computer will speak the question as it is being asked, and will also speak the answers that you provide to it. This form of survey is perhaps more suited to older young people or to adult service provision. What we'll do now, all going well, is log into Viewpoint again and look at the light type survey. So we'll type in our pptol.com.au again. That's the default page. At this point again we'll put in MACKFS and we'll put in our same dummy client and the same dummy password and log on. Here we are again at all the various surveys we've done. We're going to sort of look at the 16 plus survey again and resume it. We won't go from the start. There's our option. Look at the one without graphics. And here it is in. Do you stand by this is? We clicked on that. We should be able to hear what's being said, but I haven't set up so it does that, so we won't do that. But we can click on an answer.
Do you understand why that is? Click in the box and type your answer.
Yeah, very slow response.
Do you understand why that is? Click in the box and type your answer.
You type in no and move along. Then this question here, say yes, definitely. Next. Next question, a number of questions pop up and so on. But we'll get out of this at this point. The idea is that this is much more suitable for adults than for our older adolescents, but they're the same questions. We do want to exit, and we're going to log out again at this point. So then, what is the requirement? The first thing we need to do is to deliver the survey, that is to engage the young person or child and get them to do that. Since the survey is reasonably long, it's about 70 or 80 questions, depending on which survey it is. Some of them are shorter. You may need to sort of be aware that you will need to support them. Most young people haven't complained about the length to this point in time. You may need to facilitate it by helping them to do that. After the information has been provided by them in the survey, then the idea is to review the survey. We can generate reports from the software and we can check whether things are any safety issues being raised by them. So that is something that's really important to do as well. Now that we've enabled our young person or our client to provide some feedback and information for us, it's most important that we bring this back into our planning and supervisory process. Supervisors and managers can see all the client's responses in the program areas, but it is really important that case managers review surveys as soon as they have been provided in order to check for safety issues or issues of bullying or other critical issues. The survey can then be taken and provided to the supervisor or given to the supervisor or discussed in supervision, and it can be used in care teams to assist in the planning process. It will provide some useful information for the assessment and progress records for young people during the planning cycle. From our central position at MacKillop, we were able to provide reports to the executive, particularly on critical issues such as safety and any other issues such as bullying. Any general data analysis can be supplied, and reports, both individual and group, can be developed. The major significance of this is to integrate the file or integrate the survey with the client file and assist in planning processes. Okay, in the future we're hoping that there'll be more information for you, and also DHS may adopt it. And finally, help is around the corner. In the first instance, if you've got some concerns about it, you can check with your administrative support, and then you could ring up the help desk, which is Joan Brain, the administrative support for the Quality and Compliance team, or myself, Steve Gilbert, the Quality Improvement Coordinator with the Quality and Compliance team. Happy surveying, guys.